Hey, it's this from thesurvivalcommunity.com, and today we're going to do a discussion on our $100 challenge survival kits. The premise was to spend $100 at your local store to get you a kit that would take you through the wilderness for 24 to 48 hours in case you got lost or something like that. It's not a bug-out bag or any sort of everyday carry type deal. It's just a just-in-case scenario. And we were banking on the fact that you were dressed for the weather, you had a knife and a bag, and then everything else had to be purchased for under $100. So we all went out to our local stores, and this is what we came up with.
You can see obviously there's some overlap. The water bottles for heating water, overlap. Collapsible container, overlap. Other than that, the kits vary pretty differently from personality to personality.
And I noticed both of these guys have the water purification tablets as opposed to the fact that I got this straw with a filter built in it. They have the containers for it. I decided to go without a container and use this instead.
So you had plenty of room for your sleeping bag in your tent, right?
Plenty of room for the sleeping bag in the tent.
How much do you get out of this? How much water did this say to purify?
20 gallons, I think?
20 gallons?
Pretty sure. Yeah, it filters up 20 gallons of water. You guys... I mean,
I have enough to do 25 gallons of water.
Yeah, and I can do, well, half of that because...
12.
Yeah. I bought half the tablets.
But you also got a sleeping bag.
I also have a sleeping bag.
A little puss pad.
No tent, sleeping bag. Mike and I managed to find the same sleeping bag. Our local store actually had a small section of Army surplus, so we kind of lucked out there. Well, we run into multiple ways to start a fire. We all have magnesium sticks. Good, simple way, cheap fire. Strike anywhere matches. I think we all.
Yeah, I've got them in there.
Yep, strike anywhere matches. Waterproof. Well, he doesn't. He's got waterproof matches.
Yeah. I think that the basic thing is that all of us have at least 2 or even 3 different ways of starting a fire. We got the magnesium strips, lighters, a couple matches, striking anywhere matches, things like that.
Yeah.
So you can see that we all obviously put a pretty high value on being able to get a fire started, regardless of the situation.
The most expensive things in my kit were my headlamp for a light source and my 550 cord.
Yeah, the 550 cord was a little bit on the pricey side, but honestly, it's so multi-purpose you can't beat it. It's totally worth the amount of money you're going to have to put into it. I went a little cheaper with the light. I just got a little waterproof flashlight, but it has a strobe function on it, so I can use it for signaling. As far as a light source, I mean, it works alright, but I'm not overly concerned about being able to see that much.
The battery was dead when he took it out of the bag.
That's true. This is why you always buy extra batteries to go with your flashlight. Do not assume that because it comes with batteries, it is good. I had it on for 20 minutes the other night, and then we turned it back on tonight, and it wouldn't work. So always, the extra batteries.
You took the battery out and it died on.
Yeah, the battery wasn't even in it, and it still died. So don't trust China. Buy extra batteries.
This one here with no sleeping bag, if it gets cold, there's no way he's snuggling with me.
That's fine. Because in the battle versus skill versus gear, skill always wins. And you know what? I got a poncho,
warm.
survival blanket, and a tarp. I can get plenty warm.
No,
Yeah, you're 4 foot tall and 100 pounds. I'm 6'2" and 360. I can't fit in a standard poncho.
No, look, I remember your plan. Your plan was to hijack my tent because you're stronger than I am. I remember this plan.
Yeah, that was your plan. You're going to use your razor blade on your survival in a can kit.
Survival in a can. It's got the razor blade for when life gets too rough.
Yeah.
101 feet of fishing line. Packed in this little can. 101 feet.
Do you know how big fishing line is?
What's that do that?
You're like surprised you get 100 feet of fishing line in there.
In this little can.
In that little can. I honestly want to see what's in this. Like, I want to break it open right now and then just laugh at you. How much did you pay for that?
Like $4.50, man.
$4.50. Well, I guess it's better $4.50 than he spent on candy.
I like my candy. What if I get hungry? What? I'm hungry? I'm sad? I've got candy.
What? But that's the other thing is like if you put this kit someplace like a storage unit and forget about it for a few 6, 7, 8 months, that candy is not going to do you any good.
What you're saying is I need to eat the candy tonight.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
The rest of this stuff is pretty much has no expiration date on it.
If it's in a storage unit, it's not very useful in the first place.
Well, that's true.
I don't plan on getting lost and then going to my storage unit.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yes, I kept it
How
in
many
the storage
people?
unit.
How many people out there are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do all this survival stuff, and then next thing you know, it's sitting underneath the bed or in the basement or something like that. If you don't keep it where you can get at it, it doesn't do you any good whatsoever.
Yeah, if it's not riding with you, what's the point of having it? That's the reality of it.
That's something I really liked about his kit, actually. It was so small and light, you could carry it pretty much anywhere. I mean, Ab and I had to get those wonderful, huge Alice packs, which are great, except they're big and heavy.
Yeah, I can pretty much fit mine in a Ziploc bag, except for the tarp. So, I could throw this in anything. Take a backpacking trip, you throw it in there. You can put it in your glove box of your car for almost. I mean,
Yeah.
and it weighs less than 3 pounds without water. It gets up to about 5 pounds with water. So, that's pretty substantial compared to what was yours weighing in at?
21, 26, somewhere in there.
21 pounds.
Now I was right in the middle of 11. The majority of our weight is our Army surplus sleeping bags. It's nothing fancy, but for $20, what the hell do you want?
I suppose. For 20 bucks, you can't really beat it.
I'm really okay with
Until it gets wet, and then you're gonna go from 12 pounds to 300.
At that point, I'll leave it in the woods.
Yeah.
Hey, they're coming to get me. I can leave my wool blanket. First aid kits. We all kind of did a small first aid kit. Mine's in a waterproof container. I put some Strike Anywhere matches in it. Got Band-Aids, alcohol swabs, all that stuff.
I went with the straight up gauze pads, Curlex, and duct tape. Because if you can't fix it with that, you ain't fixing it.
I was pretty sure I had something. Apparently I've got these little boo-boo strips which aren't going to do anything, so... Yeah, look, rubber bands!
Yeah, well, your camper in a bottle idea. While I am slightly impressed with some of the stuff that came out of there,
Oh,
not overly intrigued with a lot of it.
No, but, between the saw and the multi-tool... I mean, bear in mind, jury's out on multi-tool's quality, but... I couldn't get the flashlight and the batteries for as much as I paid for that.
We did do a review on that, and I think for the money, it is well worth it.
Alright, well, how much was it? 14 bucks?
I think it was 14. It was supposed to be like 21. but
14 bucks or something like
it
that.
was
For
on sale.
14 bucks, yeah, alright, you probably got a deal on that. But,
No, the first aid kit in it is,
Yeah.
it's a joke.
Minimal, at least. That
Yeah.
fast. So.
plus the other thing I noticed is, like, yeah, you got your straw, which is cool, but you only have the ability to transport, what is this, 1 liter?
Yeah, a liter.
A liter of water at a time. So, I mean, I don't know. It
Well, yeah.
depends on the weather. Obviously, you got a tent, so obviously you're planning on just hunkering down where you're at for a long haul, waiting for somebody to come and get you.
Yeah, look, I'm tied to a spot. You guys can move around a whole lot more. But once that's full of water, I don't want to be moving it.
That's true. I mean, I wouldn't probably move it full, but at least it gives me the option to sit down and take a break. Obviously, iodine tablets, they take a half an hour to work, and then another 5 minutes to neutralize the iodine taste. You can drink it without neutralizing the iodine taste if you want to, but it's pretty harsh. If you've ever had it, you know what I'm talking about. But if I need to take a break for an hour or two, I can at least rehydrate myself and then move out again with, just this amount of water and then leave that empty.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the ability to at least get that much water at one point in time.
Sure, and you really need that size of stuff, with the purification stuff. It's not like you can purify just this amount of water.
Oh yeah, you can.
Really?
The tablets go all the way down to a quart of water, I believe,
Really?
or half a gallon. Two tablets per quart. So
Well, there you go.
there you go. All you need is an actual quart of water. So
That's close enough.
it'd be about that size. So I mean, you can do it down there. I mean, so yeah, you got to take a lot of tablets to do this.
Yeah.
But like I said, with the 2 sets and that, you can do 25 gallons of water.
My logic was to boil the water in this and fill it in this.
That works too.
And have the iodine tablets in case life didn't work out that way.
Yeah, stainless steel. The key thing was when you're looking at these is that there is no liner inside of here, and that the plastic gasket is actually on the cap. So you can take this off when you're trying to boil the water, and you can just boil this part. If you have any sort of like coating or anything like that in here, or it's aluminum, it's not a good idea to boil water in it.
When we take this out to the field, I disbelieve that his tarp is as great as he says it is. I just disbelieve.
Well, we'll see. We will take this out to the field, and you know what? If it rains, so be it.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Let's make fools of ourselves and pick on each other's kits. This is the survivalcommunity.com.